Welcome back to the New England Golf Radio Show. I am JJ Truman. We got Chris Arcan behind the board. Was that for my pick for Rory? Did I put a spell on him that's going to allow him to dominate the U.S. Open? Because I don't
know if that's what the JJ Truman spell actually means. I think what that means is now our friend McIlroy is in a whole world of trouble now that he's got the JJ Truman endorsement.
No. We'll see today.
Too.
But you didn't think I was going to forget about that. There's no way I wasn't bringing that up today. Yeah, I picked him to win it last week, and he is absolutely dominating.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going to dominate. But and everybody will not be happy if he loses this tournament, that's for sure. Even me. Hopefully that spell doesn't go the other way and continues. Okay, right now I want to give you guys an opportunity to call in and weigh in any of the topics that we talk about in the next segment. 883-9900, call in, tell us what you think. You'll get 4 tickets to the LPGA Futures Tour event at Beaver Meadow in Concord, New Hampshire on July 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It'll be a great event. If you've never seen professional golfers hit golf shots, this is an opportunity for you to go see that. And I know we say that so many times on the show. If you haven't seen them, it's right in Concord, right up the street from wherever you're at in New Hampshire, and you can go watch professional golfers hit golf shots, which is always amazing. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask you about the U.S. Open, and as I said, if you have any ideas about this or you want to weigh in, 883-9900 will get you on the air. We'll let you chat it up with us. We'll debate. We'll talk about the curse of J.J. Truman, all those things that you want to talk about. First thing I want to ask you, Chris, what do you think about the playoff structure of the U.S. Open? I think that it's an interesting one because it's not a typical 3-hole playoff. It's a true test of golf. If there's a playoff, they go to the next day and they play 18 holes.
A little tedious, if you ask me. I mean, 18 holes, really, like 9 maybe, but 18? that's a full day. That's not a playoff. That's you think playoffs, or you think like a tie, you go into overtime, or you go into sudden death, or something like that.
Overtime for 18 holes.
Until it gets settled, but usually the overtime is just like one, half period or something. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like in the NBA, overtime's 5 minutes?
Yeah, the golf tournament is 72 holes, so 18. I mean, technically, it's only 1/4 of the whole thing that you're gonna go into overtime. I like the playoff structure, and you know why I like it? Because I get to watch more of the U.S. Open.
True.
As a fan, I like it. As a player, I don't know how those guys feel about it. You remember Tiger with Rocco a couple of years ago when they went into that 18-hole playoff with Tiger on the broken leg.
Yeah,
he must have been hit the putt to go into the playoff, but it was ecstatic that he got in the playoff, but must have been thinking in the back of his mind, how am I going to play 18 more holes on one leg? How is that going to happen? But I like the structure. I think it's interesting. It's fun. You get out and watch them on a Monday. Painful for people that have to go to work, but I skipped work on that day that Tiger was actually playing. I was watching that whole thing, and it was fun to watch. Certainly watch him and Rocco battle that out. So I like it, certainly.
You have a better attention span than me, too, I think.
Yeah, I might be a little more focused when it comes to the golf. I don't know when it comes to other things. We'll see how that all works out for the rest of my life. But next one I got for you, Chris. What is your favorite U.S. Open? Now, you had Tiger in 2000 at Pebble Beach when he dominated. You had Cabrera at Oakmont.
That was it. That's it. You just said it.
You got Tiger at Torrey, which we just talked about in a playoff with Rocco in 2008. Another great one. You're going with Cabrera at Oakmont. Why are we going with Cabrera?
I'm going with Cabrera at Oakmont because he finished the tournament at 5 over. It was one of those, typical, incredibly difficult USGA, their U.S. Opens. And, he finished the tournament 5 over. Tiger Woods and Jim Furyk were going into the very last hole, both needing a birdie just to force a playoff, which would have been actually, if there's 3 guys in it, an 18-hole playoff's not that bad. Okay, but if it's just 2 guys playing 18 holes, if it's 3 or 4 guys, that's one thing, and they all got to play the 18. That's why. But if it's just 2 guys, I think for me anyway, it's too much. Anyway, it would have been those 3 in the playoffs. Neither of them did it, and then Angel Cabrera standing there with like half a pack of cigarettes in the hole already won the thing after having 2 guys as good as Furyk, who had won. I think when did Furyk win? 03?
Yeah. 03. Furyk won in 03.
And Tiger obviously had a lot of success there, too. He's won the Open 3 times. He'd only won it 2 times going into 07. That would have been his 3rd. And neither of them could get the job done. And there's Cabrera just taking it home. I thought that was really, really cool.
Unbelievable. And that was an interesting one for me to watch, too. The cigarettes is what I remember.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the greens being
ripping butts.
Ultra slick, but I remember Cabrera just going through cigarette after cigarette, and they had to show him on TV because he's the leader, and, there's all this drama coming down, and you can tell that the people that run the TV stations are going, and I think it was CBS at the time that had it, but they're going, oh, my God, please stop smoking cigarettes, and he would not stop. Smoke half a cigarette, throw it out, hit his golf shot, light up another one, smoke half a cigarette. How much do you think that cost him to smoke all those cigarettes? I mean, he must have went through 2-3 packs that day.
Yeah. But after he won the U.S. Open, I think he could afford it.
Yeah, he had the cake to afford it. There's
Yeah.
no question about that. And interesting enough, Cabrera quit smoking. Not too far after that, or not too long after that, he quit smoking. So that's an interesting thing.
He didn't quit drinking, though, did he?
I do not know about his alcoholic beverage intake, but by the looks of Angel, he likes to kick a few back. Easygoing guy. Seems like a fun dude to kick a few back with. I'd love to hang out with him. And I don't speak Spanish well, but I'm sure we could find a way to communicate. My favorite is going to be this year. Rory's performance has been unbelievable, and even after seeing Tiger in 2000, which was an amazing performance, but this year has been unreal so far. I don't think it will let me down today. Just as I said, watching him stripe the golf ball, place it exactly where he wants to place it, and I can't wait to see the final round today. I got the whole thing on DVR. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna call the cable company and try to get them to bring me a new DVR so I can just save this one, keep the Open on there. I could just watch it over and over. But certainly this year, as I said, call in anytime 883-9900 for tickets to the International LPGA Future Tournament at Beaver Meadow in July if you want to weigh in on any of these topics. Next one I got for you is an interesting one, and this is one that's gained a lot of attention, not only in sports media, but in national mainstream media, and it has to do with the president. Should the president show up at the Open today? Is it bad for him to be involved in golf? He had a big match yesterday that got a lot of publicity on the Golf Channel, and I think has gotten a little bit of publicity nationally. I don't know if it was on the Sunday New York Times today, but somebody told me that it might be. Should he be playing golf? Should he show up at the Open today? Do you want to see the president involved in golf?
Sure. He got Bin Laden. He can do what he wants. You want to go out and play 72 holes on Father's Day in the middle of a war? You know what, Obama? You're all right with me, buddy. You can do whatever you want.
I like that. And yeah, he played yesterday. They had a big match. A bunch of political members went up to the Air Force Base right outside of D.C., played a little match, and I think President Obama lost, so he's probably a little sour about that. But I'd love to see him show up at the Open. I think it would be great support. It's our national championship for golf. Golf has a lot to do with business in this country, an area where Obama, I don't know what the critics are saying about him now, but recently, or a couple months ago, the business world wasn't too happy with President Obama. So
True.
I think it would be great for him to show up there, show his support. As I said, golf is a big part of the business world.
I got a question for you.
Great place to make connections. Certainly, hit me.
You and Obama, 18th hole,
Sure.
one putt to win. Do you miss it on purpose?
Do I miss it on purpose?
Do you let the president
What
win?
are we playing for?
That's a good question. You're just playing the president.
I'm
friendly
just
game.
playing the president in a friendly game. Do I miss the putt?
You have a 3-footer.
A 3-footer,
To
yeah.
win-
It
to beat
depends
the
on-
president.
It depends on what it looks like, I guess. If I can make it look like I didn't miss it on purpose, then I might miss it on purpose. I'm not even going to lie, because I got a lot of respect for the man. He's got a strenuous job. And you know what? He needs to feel good about himself. And I'm not sure maybe even beating me would make him feel good about himself. The president, we
You feel
found,
bad about himself if he lost, though.
yeah, well, the president's about a 17 handicap, so I don't know. I mean, I kind of like my chances against him, but
Yeah.
I would have no problem losing to that man. He's a guy that I support. I don't want to get too much political here, but a guy that I want in a good state of mind no matter what's going on. Okay, so I, as I said, I certainly would like to see him go to the Open today. Support Rory, support those guys that are out there. Maybe make some business connections, hang out up there at Congressional and just show his face. That would be awesome. So, Obama, I know you're listening. Get out to Congressional today, and if you ever want to play me, I'll probably let you win. Next one I got for you is the Rory Open, which I've heard a lot of people call it the Rory Open because he's just dominated the thing. Is this bad for golf? Is this bad for viewership? Should we be concerned about this performance, or should we embrace it and love it?
I think it's bad for golf only if he does not have a spectacular day today. If he just has a mediocre day today and kind of backs into the win,
Right.
that'll be bad for golf because there won't really be anyone testing him for it, and he won't be setting any records. So it'll just be kind of an anticlimactic final day. If he goes into this day guns blazing and continues to just knock the snot out of the ball and birdie after birdie and maybe even an eagle in there for good measure, yes, that'll be great for golf because people are going to remember this. The name Tiger Woods is going to keep coming up as a comparison, which may not be fair yet, but it's something that'll keep people interested.
Sure.
And people are going to talk about that. If he just backs into the win, or if he has like a mediocre day, then it'll be bad. If he either spectacularly screws up or has a spectacularly awesome day, that's good. If it's anywhere in the middle, I think it won't be that good for golf.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing for golf no matter what happens. I think it's an interesting thing. One of the things, and I'll ask you this question a little bit later, is that Rory's not from America, but everybody seems to be rooting for him. So I think it's a good thing because in 2000 when Tiger did it, and there's a lot of different different things playing into Tiger's performance, I guess is the best way to say it. But in 2000, when Tiger did it, it was fun to watch. Everybody got excited about golf because you saw a guy playing the game at an extremely, extremely high level. So I think just to see Rory play the game at a high level will allow viewers to get excited and say, you know what, he's the new guy on the block. He's, as you said, the new guy to challenge Tiger Woods. And I think it's going to be exciting no matter what. Setting these records, it gets people excited about golf, which does wonders for the game. It brings people in that don't typically watch the game, as Tiger did in 2000. So I'm hoping that Rory has a great day today. I'm hoping he hits some spectacular shots, as he has been all day. And I just think that Rory is going to get this done in a spectacular fashion. And it appears that we got a caller on the phone. I don't know who this is. We've got somebody on the phone. What do we got? Deborah from Hanover is calling in. She's got something she wants to talk about. Deborah, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. It's a beautiful Father's Day out there.
It is, and you should be out playing golf.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think we might do that a little bit later today. We'll see what happens. It depends on what's going on. What's on your mind this morning?
Well, I was calling to talk to you about President Obama playing golf with the Speaker of the House, Boehner, the Republican.
Sure, as we talked about, he played yesterday. Big match. I don't know how much they played for. I don't know if the Speaker of the House is going to get the presidency for a day, but we'll see how that all plays out.
Well, the press was razzing Boehner for playing golf with President Obama, and they were giving him a little bit of trouble, and the Republicans were giving him a little bit of trouble. But I think it's a good thing to get out and play golf with your opposite, with people that you don't typically hang out with, because even your business partners or business people that you want to do business with, because it brings a whole new dimension to your relationship and can make, good ties for good business.
I have to agree with you on that one. I totally agree. I think it's an opportunity to get out and build a relationship with somebody. And look, let's be honest. Do you think President Obama wasn't talking about business out there yesterday? You think he's taking those 4 hours off? There's no way he was taking those 4 hours off. They were certainly talking a little bit of business, a little bit of American politics. I am sure it would be hard for him to get away from that for 4 hours. So yeah, build those relationships and help our government run a little more efficiently through golf. That's not a bad idea.
I think probably they didn't talk about business too much until after, when they went to the 19th hole.
Yeah, and that could be the case as well, but it certainly gives them an opportunity to talk a little bit of business, allows them to build that relationship, as you said, and maybe help our government run a little more efficiently, and we're all for that.
Well, any business can work like that. So anyways, that's all I called to say.
All right, thank you for the call. Well, thank you, Deborah, for the call from Hanover. Good point. Using golf, as I said, big part of the business world. A lot more business deals getting done if you get out on the golf course.
Oh, we didn't give Deborah the tickets.
Oh, well.
Deborah, you want some tickets? Call back if you want some tickets.
You want some tickets? Call back. We'll give you tickets to the Beaver Meadow, the LPGA Futures Tour, July 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Anybody else has anything to say, certainly call in. You have an opportunity. We'll give away 4 more. Why not? We'll give away 8 today if someone else wants to call in and weigh in on any of these topics. I got one more question for you here, and if Rory wins this thing today, which everything points to him winning this, does it inspire Tiger? How does it affect him? How does it affect the other guys on the PGA Tour, Chris?
Might affect Tiger because people are already bringing Tiger's name up in regards to Rory's performance thus far. The name Tiger Woods has been invoked several times by several different commentators on several different networks. I mean, it's a story. So we'll see if Tiger has the physical ability to actually come back and challenge the younger guys like McIlroy and Westwood and whomever else. But I think it might light the fire in his belly. We'll just see if that's going to be enough.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I think Tiger is inspired. I think he's motivated. I think he becomes more focused because of this. And as you said, he says he doesn't watch golf on TV, but he hears what people are saying. People tell him what people are saying, and people are comparing him to Rory, and they're saying he is the next Tiger Woods. And anytime you put those words in a sentence, Tiger is going to get fired up to get himself healthy and come back even better than ever. I think, as I said, he'll come back this year, and I think he'll win. I don't know if he'll win a major. There's only 2 left. You got the PGA, you got the British. He has won the British in the past, but had a great game plan. But that's not a place that typically favors his golf game. So the PGA is the other one that he can compete in, but I do think he'll be back this year when he's healthy. I think he'll get a win. I think Rory motivates him to get himself healthy, get himself right, and come back on point and hopefully be the Tiger Woods that we saw in the past. It'd be great to have these two guys playing golf the way, if Rory continues to play this way, it'd be great to have those two guys playing golf at a really high level and competing. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Brian Krause on from Divity.com, a great website that you can go to and catch some golf deals. We'll talk about that. We'll finish up our U.S. Open talk right here on WGAM.
All our hosts were really great sports